Resources and development. What is a resource? In this unit, we shall discuss what is a resource, what are the different categories of resources available for us, and then how this a development activity plays a major role for us. How can we use the resources and develop the nation? Now moving on to understand the meaning of the word, what is a resource? A resource is something which is available for us in the nature. When something is available for us in the nature, does everything what is available for us in the nature is called a resource? No, it needs to have certain qualifications. At the same time, it should be at the accessible cost of the human beings. Let us look at this triangle, then you can understand some picture of what is a resource. A resource is a thing which is under the human control, where available in the physical environment. At the same time, if we have the technical knowledge to make that one available for us, then we can use the institutions to develop the resources. This is a triangle of the resources which helps to explain the exact meaning of resource. What is a resource? The fundamental question of the lesson. What is a resource? A resource is everything that available in the environment for the human mankind to satisfy the resources which are used to satisfy the human needs, especially the human beings' needs and our wants. Then for that we need again technical assistance for us to do that one. So that's how it is very, very important to understand the meaning of a resource. A resource is a subject or an object which is available for us, everything in the environment to satisfy the human needs or wants, resulting with the help of a technical knowledge is known as a resource. So a resource can be broadly categorized into anything that is available for us in the nature which can be used to satisfy the needs of the human beings, and at the same time we also will have our requirements and our accessibility available for us in the technical sector known as resources. That also should be at the affordable cost. So that is the fundamental meaning of the word resource. So after understanding the meaning of the word resource, everything whatever is available for us in the nature at the affordable cost of the human beings in order to satisfy the needs of the human beings is known as a resource. So the resources are useful for us, especially for the human beings. From the physical nature they get this one, and then using the technical knowledge they derive them from the nature in a usable manner by the human beings. For that purpose only we establish the institutions, and these institutions bring for us the economic development. So in order to bring the economic development of a nation, we need to understand that the humans derive their resources from the nature using the technical knowledge and assign the institutions to develop the economical development. That is how the economic development of a nation is directly linked with the available resources in the country or on the soil of the nation. Now let us see the classification of the resources. As we discussed that resources are the main things for the economic development, how can we categorize the resources? The resources are again broadly categorized into four major categories. Category 1 is being done on the basis of origin. How is the resource available for all of us? How is it originating? That is the basic consideration for the first division. Second division is the basis for exhaustibility. After how much time does it get exhausted? How many times can we utilize this one? Later, basing on the origin is the third major division. Who is the owner of this one? First one is origin, second one is exhaustibility, third one is ownership. While coming to the fourth one, status of the development. What is the status of the development of that particular resource? On these four bases, the resources are being categorized. First one, basis of origin, second one, basis of exhaustibility, third one, basing on the ownership, fourth one, basing on the status. Now moving on to understand further on the basis of origin, the material of resources are again being divided into biotic and abiotic. Abiotic and biotic. Biotic means which we get naturally available in the nature. The items or the minerals, the resources, whatever you get naturally available in the nature are called as biotic, and most of the biotic things have life in them. That is a special feature of this one. So biotic are the things which have life in them. Example of biotic are flora and fauna, fisheries and the livestock. All the living animals available in the nature, all the living creatures available in the nature come under the category of biotic. Examples are flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock. Moving to the next category in the same basis of origin, the second one is abiotic. Abiotic is very simple, the complete dead opposite of biotic, where it consists of all the non-living creatures or all non-living things like rocks, metals, etc. So abiotic means it is explicitly dealing with all the non-living things available in the nature. That is called abiotic, rocks and metals. Then moving on to second category of division, that is a basis of exhaustibility. The items, how are they going to get exhausted? Again, it is further redivided into non-renewable sources and renewable sources. Exhaustibility is a nature of a resource which makes the resource to get exhausted. Once the resource is getting exhausted, we cannot use this one. So for further clarification and to understand this one better, again it has been redivided into non-renewable and renewable sources of energy. Non-renewable sources are petrol, coal. These kind of resources we cannot reframe them. For example, petrol once used is being done. Again we cannot reuse the petrol. In the same way, coal, once it is burned, it turns into ash and we cannot use it again further. So these two comes under the category of non-renewable sources of energy or non-renewable sources of items available for us. When we talk about the renewable sources, in renewable sources you can take solar energy or wind energy as the examples. Renewable means something which can be done again, renew the things, make the things further better, renovate them, reuse them, like that. The solar energy is very vast, you can use it daily. For example, today you use the solar energy, it doesn't get exhausted today itself. Tomorrow again sun will come, tomorrow again you have the source of energy for you. So in this way, solar energy is the best example of renewable sources of energy. And at the same time, wind. Wind, when we take, wind is an unending passing of the moving of the air. So air, once it moves, it doesn't get exhausted. Once it moves, twice it moves, 10 times it moves, 20 times it moves, 100 times it moves. It doesn't get exhausted at any time. That is the specialty of solar wind.